A day after Brown Deer police rushed to the Park Plaza apartments for an active shooter Saturday morning,
Advised this is an active shooter event.
Eric Lewis says he heard a handful of gunshots fired above his first-floor apartment Saturday morning. After hearing more shots, Lewis looked out his window.
It appears that it started as a domestic dispute between two people, which led to the incident.
A woman was hit and wounded as a man and woman tried helping her into their car. That's when Lewis says the suspect came outside, firing at all three through parked cars. Lewis said the man was shot in his stomach. He remembers seeing the injured woman crawl back toward the apartments. Then Lewis says the suspect reloaded, walked up to her, and emptied his clip at point-blank range. While officers arrived and were fired upon, Lewis tells me he ran to check on the injured man. As he made contact, he says the suspect shot him from the balcony, hitting his right leg around the ankle. The 31-year-old man Lewis was trying to help died on scene. Some 45 minutes later, Lewis says he heard a single muffled shot upstairs, believing the suspect shot himself. Police said that happened while a child was inside the apartment.
That child, thankfully, is unharmed and is now with family members.
On Sunday, family identified the woman killed as 23-year-old Ariana Reed.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week also. My week is going absolutely magnificent. And big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family. Much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story coming out of Wisconsin by way of Brown Deer. Yes, Brown Deer. Big shout out to everybody in the great state of Wisconsin, everybody in the great city, village, whatever it is, of Brown Deer. Now, this story right here really have a lot of people questioning mental health. But one thing I will say about this story is this right here, is that, number one, I was waiting for the guy who's in question, who go by the name of Larvell Huddleston, who was the actual shooter in this whole situation. I was waiting for him to pretty much state what it was and why it is, why he was acting the way he was acting. Now, I suspected that he would say that his child's mom, his baby mama, whatever you want to call it, but we will say the child mother. Now, I expected him to say that the child mother was playing games with him, having men try to fight him or stuff like that. But from what I listened to and what I gathered from listening to this guy is that I didn't hear him say one thing, that the victim, who goes by the name of Ariana Reed, 23 years old, and my condolences number one goes out to Ariana Reed and also to her family and friends, because it's a sad situation what happened. Now, you would think that by listening to this guy in this video, I couldn't show the video, but I will leave a link below so y'all go check it out if you haven't already checked it out. But you would think that he would have gave some kind of examples of him being played with mentally. But I'm going to say this at the same time too. Look, you cannot blame mental illness on every damn thing that happened bad in your life. I am sorry if some of y'all don't want to hear that, because I know we live in a time and an age where nobody has no accountability anymore. People don't want to be responsible for their own damn actions. So what you do, you come up with excuses. You come up with reasons why people do the things they do instead of just calling it for what it is. Now, look, I'm sure we all have been played with some kind of way. Hell, I even played some games, and I had some people play some games with me. And some of y'all might be saying, well, Trey, you don't know how I feel to have somebody play with you. Okay, well, let me give you an example, and then I will start the story. I'm going to be real quick about this. Now, some years ago when I was in college, I met a female. Yes, we messed around like 4 or 5 times, maybe. Now, I moved back to my state of Texas and everything. She stayed in her state where she was at. Come to find out later on, this heifer got pregnant. Now, let me pause right there. I want you all to know one thing, that the baby wasn't mine. And she knew that the baby wasn't mine also. And also, her baby daddy, which happened to be her boyfriend, knew that the child wasn't mine, since we talking about people being played with mentally. Let me show you how mental some of these cases can get. Now, I'm thinking that I can go on with my life and I ain't got to worry about no help from my past. But next thing I know, and I made a mistake giving her my whole name and also showing her where my grandmother stayed at on my mom's side. So she knew that address. She must have wrote it down when I pulled up. Goes to show you she was plotting the whole damn time. So lo and behold, I get phone calls a couple years later from my grandma telling me that I got mail. So when I come and see her, she said, you can get it when you come and see me. So when I came and seen her a few months later, I noticed that I was getting a lot of mail from the damn child support officers or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Telling me about a paternity test. So lo and behold, I kind of shrugged things out. I'm like, I ain't got no damn child. What the hell am I be worried about that for? When I know I don't have a child, and I'm an advocate for children. So I shrug it off, which I admit now, looking back, but I was younger then, much younger. I did not know no better. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, well, okay, well, maybe they'll get this shit together, or maybe she'll go on by business. But no, she intentionally wanted to hurt me. And let me tell you what this heifer said out of her own mouth before I start the story. She said,
how would you like me to make your life a living hell?
That I'm going to make your life a living hell. Now, let me ask you all something right now for those who are listening. Now, does that not sound like somebody who is trying to play with you mentally? Since some of you all think that your boy ain't never went through nothing. But what it is, see, when you look at me, that'll show you how strong I am, how good God is, when you can't see what a person went through until they divulge it and tell it to you. But anyway, so I'm thinking that all this would go away. Come to find out it didn't. So I started getting more letters. So I noticed, when I come to see my grandma or whatnot, that I'll be over there. And I don't know how certain people knew I was over there. The police were pulled up. So here it is. I'm getting questioned by them. So lo and behold, I ended up contacting the child support office where this case came out of. And I ended up contacting a state attorney. And I asked them, look, we need to go to court because, look, this is not my child. Me and this woman barely know each other or whatnot. What do I need to do? So they told me what I need to do, and I went and got the whole problem resolved. But it goes to show you, though. Now, I admit that I was wrong for not taking care of this situation much faster. But at the same time, what's a man supposed to do? I'm only goddamn 19, 20 years old. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like I was a full-grown man, 30 or 35, 40 years old, ignoring things like that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, I say it to tell you all this, is that people play with you mentally, but I didn't think about hurting her, because one thing I'm not going to do is throw my life away for no damn help. You see what I'm saying? It ain't that much love in the world. Now I know some of y'all might be thinking also, well, Trey, some people ain't that damn strong, but I'm trying to tell you, look, only the strong survive in this world. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry to say it like that, but that is just the damn truth. You feel what I'm saying? So what some of y'all got to do, and I'm about to start the story, what you got to do, you feel me? If you're thinking about hurting somebody and they playing games with you, because like I said about this story right here that I'm about to do, I did not hear this guy state any games that Ariana Reed, God bless her soul, was playing with him. I did not hear him say one thing, how she was manipulating him or whatnot. It sounded like to me that he was very mad that this young lady did not want him anymore. But back to my situation, I'm going to close that. I just wanted to share that with you all to let you know that, yes, I have been, played with mentally just because I didn't want a damn person. But the thing about it, though, never did that person would think that one day that I would be able to sit in front of you all and share the story. And I'm not going to share the whole thing because I really don't want to break no damn hearts, because then I might turn that other person mentally. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, that's old news. I'm going to tell you this. God is good. He says in the Bible, do not touch my anointing. Y'all need to believe that. But anyway, I'm not going to tear it too long with this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from it, and I'm going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go, Wisconsin man kills himself after killing his child mom. All over a bit of so-called mental illness. But I can't understand, how is this case mentally? I mean, did it make you that mad that this woman did not want to be with you no more? So why did you all break up? Because you all just recently broke up. And then the way they told the story, because you had another person who lost his life also. He goes by the name of Michael Edward Anderson, 31 years old, lost his life trying to save Ariana Reed. A lot of people is not mentioning his name because I can't find his picture no damn where. But one thing I will say is this right here, is that this man lost his life trying to save this young lady. And also you had two other people that was injured also. They survived. But this goes to show you that some people just do not need to be in a relationship. If you know that you're not mentally stable, and also if you know that you can't take rejection very well and you are going through certain things, maybe you need to be by your damn self. What is wrong with being by yourself this day and age? See, nobody's talking about that right there. If you know that you're not mentally able to be in a relationship, because guess what? You're going to have ups and downs in relationships. That's just part of life, period. Even if you're not even in a relationship, you're going to have up and downs, even at your job. I mean, you have to grow the hell up and stop blaming everything on so-called mental illness when it's clear that people are doing exactly what the hell they want to do. And then the moment they throw mental illness out there, we all supposed to feel sorry for them or whatnot. But yet and still, when you listen closely, you do not hear them state one thing of how they're being played with mentally. So guess what? Is it all in your head, Or is there some truth there? But from what I think about this story, it was all in his head. Now, a domestic dispute turned deadly in Brown Deer Saturday, February the 5th, and police are investigating what led a man to shoot and kill 3 people, including himself, and injure a 4th person at an apartment building. Now, some of you all may be thinking also, if this person is so mentally ill, why in the hell, number one, would you kill innocent people if you intended just to kill your child's mama? You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't kill nobody, but I'm just saying, why not just kill her and stop there? Why shoot at and try to kill other people? So it goes to show that you was in a bit of rage. You see what I'm saying? Some people get mental illness mixed up with rage. In other words, when they get to a point of no return, you have to stop your stuff before you get there, because when you let your emotions run high, anything is bound to happen. Just like the story I gave you about myself earlier. Now imagine if I would have sat up here and let that person drive me to hurt her. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys would have. And one thing you do not do, especially when it's coming to a man, you don't play with a man, number one, his children. You don't play with his freedom. And you don't play with his damn money. Now imagine somebody trying to play with your freedom and also your damn money. It costs money to go to court. You feel what I'm saying? And your freedom is threatened to being taken by a child, as in my case, that wasn't even yours. Now, that's what you call mental games right there. You see what I'm saying? So by me telling you all that, that should let you know right there that, look, I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. You have to know yourself, and you also have to know when to get the hell away from people too. Now let's continue. A 23-year-old woman had been shot and wounded as a 31-year-old man and a woman tried helping her into their car. Lewis said the shooter came outside firing at all 3 parked vehicles. Lewis said the man was shot in his stomach. He recalled seeing the injured woman crawling back toward the apartments. And that's when Lavelle came downstairs and all this really escalated to another level. Then Lewis said the shooter reloaded, walked up to the 23-year-old woman, and emptied his clip at point blank range on this woman, Miss Ariana Reed. But that goes to show you right there. But then he gets back on camera crying and everything, praying. I mean, who are you praying to? Number one, you're talking about killing yourself. Then you say you're not going to kill yourself. You're going to make the police kill you. Now, true, some of y'all be saying, like, look, okay, well, maybe he was overreacting. I get all that. But guess what, though? That's life. When you're grown, you have to deal with things in a grown-up way. You cannot sit up here and resort and act like a child and lash and cry out. That do not work when it comes to growing up. You see what I'm saying? Now, look, I am sorry that all this took place, and I don't want nobody to misplace what I'm saying. But at the same time, you have to take accountability and actions for what you do. But back to the story, back to the video, when he said that he was being played with mentally, show me one time where he stated and gave an example of how Ariana Reed was playing with him mentally. I would happily wait on that part. And if you need some help to find it, just email it to me or just send it to me at the timestamp of what he said. That way I go back and listen. And then I will change some of what I'm saying. But until then, it sounded like that he was a total aggressor. He was mad that this woman did not want him no more because evidently, even though he don't have a bad criminal record, he has some kind of misdemeanor open carry. But he doesn't have a bad record, true enough. But that doesn't mean a damn thing. Because look what he done. Without having a bad record, he still stopped there and killed 2 other people and then killed himself. And not to mention, he shot at police and he shot at other innocent bystanders. So just because he doesn't have a criminal record don't mean a damn thing in this day and age. People are snapping left and right. But I will say this in closing. If you're dealing with mental illness, if you need help, if you're hearing voices, or maybe you're just not thinking clearly, seek help immediately. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? You do not need to be in no relationship with nobody. And if you are in a relationship with somebody and you're going through any kind of mental illness or whatnot, mental crisis, talk to them. Seek counseling immediately. That's why these stories will not even exist. But until then, they will exist and I will keep sharing them. But I would say this in closing also, just like I went through my ordeal in my younger days. You see what I'm saying? Number one, you have to love yourself enough. Because one thing I'm not going to do is ever hurt myself. And I knew if I would have hurt that person who would threaten my life and stopped there and told me, yes, this bitch stopped there and told me that she was going to make my life a living hell. And guess what I did? I said, no, the hell you're not. Because guess what? Your thoughts and what you're going to do is not greater than what I'm going to do. You see what I'm saying? I have control and eventually I got to control. But guess what? You can't run from your problems. You have to confront them. And this story right here shows why some people shouldn't be in a damn relationship. But anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. And once again, my condolences goes out to the Reed family and to also the Anderson family, because you had also a guy, a good Samaritan who lost his life trying to help somebody. You feel me? And that right there is very sad. And he should also be honored for giving his life trying to save Miss Ariana Reed. But anyway, you all let me know what you think about the story. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Until next time, you all stay blessed. And I will see you all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.